The stars gleamed coldly in the dark void, a constant reminder of the vast and unforgiving expanse that humanity had managed to tame. The Galactic Council had grown complacent over the centuries, assuming that Earth was nothing more than a primitive backwater among the stars. They had almost forgotten the raw, untapped potential of the human race. But that was about to change. Earth was not like the other worlds they governed. No, Earth was special. Humans had endured wars, plagues, famine, and the ravages of their own recklessness. Yet every time they were knocked down, they rose again, stronger, smarter, and more relentless. It was that indomitable spirit that had fueled humanity's rise from the ashes of their own mistakes and sent them hurtling into the stars. The Galactic Council had long ago dismissed Earth as just another fledgling species, with no true place in the galaxy's grand order. But when the time came, humanity would remind them what it meant to underestimate Earth. The Council convened in their Grand Hall, a sprawling citadel on a station orbiting the gas giant Targon. Representatives from hundreds of species gathered to discuss the latest issue on the agenda, the Earth problem. For centuries, humanity had been growing steadily, making their way through the stars at a pace far faster than anticipated. They had formed alliances with the Valkora, the Turians, and even the enigmatic Zelri, whose motives were always shrouded in mystery. But the council members felt uneasy. Humans were too unpredictable, too volatile for their liking. "We must address the growing influence of the Terrans," said Threx, the cold and calculating leader of the Turians, a towering species with thick scales and sharp intellect. They are reaching far beyond their station. Their military might is growing exponentially, and their technological advancements are surpassing our projections. The question must be asked, do they belong in the Galactic Council any longer? Murmurs of agreement rippled through the chamber. Even the usually silent Zahur, the insectoid representatives from the distant colony of Torvok, clicked their mandibles in approval. The human tendency to advance too quickly, to challenge the status quo, was well known. For years, Earth had been a thorn in the Council's side, always pushing for more representation, more influence. "The Terrans are an anomaly," said Lyra, "a representative from the Eldari, an ancient race with a love for knowledge and peace, but we cannot deny their achievements. Perhaps we should consider revising our policies regarding their growth. If we attempt to suppress them, they may become dangerous." At the mention of humanity's potential danger, the room grew still. The image of Earth's first moon base, the boldness of their first interstellar colony, and the surprise attack against the Thalian Dominion's fleet 3 years ago were still fresh in the minds of many. "Perhaps a demonstration is in order," said Vec, a once pacifist representative from the Varnak system. "We must show them that their strength is nothing compared to the collective power of the Council. Let them see what happens when they try to outpace the rest of us." A strange silence followed. The tension in the room was palpable as the Council's members considered this proposal. They had seen what humans could do when cornered, but now they were willing to test their might. Little did they know this would be their greatest mistake. Back on Earth, the world had just completed its most ambitious project yet, the construction of a fleet of interstellar warships, each one more powerful than the last. These ships were not just technological marvels. They were statements. They symbolized humanity's resolve, their refusal to be held back. Admiral Helen Graves stood on the command deck of the Horizon, the flagship of Earth's new fleet. Her face was hardened by years of service, and yet there was a fire in her eyes. She had seen humanity at its best and worst, and she knew that they were now on the cusp of something extraordinary. The Federation's representatives had informed her of the Council's latest decision, that they were to be removed from the decision-making process, their vote no longer recognized. Earth had been reduced to a mere footnote in galactic affairs, but they had miscalculated. Graves glanced out the viewports as the fleet of human warships prepared for deployment. The ships were sleek, powerful, and brimming with advanced weaponry. Each one was capable of wiping out entire fleets in a matter of minutes. But it wasn't just the technology that made them formidable. It was the people within them. Humanity had always been known for its adaptability, its ability to think outside the box, and its sheer tenacity. Where other species had relied on ancient traditions, humanity had grown to embrace the future, constantly evolving and finding new ways to push the boundaries of possibility. Admiral, her second-in-command, Lieutenant Alex Rivera said, stepping forward. The Council has just sent a message. They're offering us a chance to reconsider our place in the galaxy. Graves smirked. They think we're still their pawns. We have our orders, Rivera said. The fleet is ready. Shall we proceed? Yes, Graves replied. Let's show them what happens when you underestimate Earth. The message was sent, a declaration to the Galactic Council. Earth was no longer willing to be a second-class citizen in a galaxy that was rightfully theirs to shape. The Terran fleet, once a series of experiments and prototypes, was now a full-fledged military force, poised and ready. They would not be silenced. Not anymore. The message was simple but profound. You forgot our power, but you will remember it now. The Council, unaware of the storm that was about to hit, sent their fleets to quell the rebellion before it could even begin. They mobilized with all the might of the galaxy behind them, determined to remind humanity of their insignificance. But as the Council ships entered the system, they were greeted with a shock that would echo through the annals of history. The Horizon fired its first salvo, a pulse of energy that tore through the lead ship's shields like paper. In seconds, the entire fleet was enveloped in fire, the human ships launching waves of devastating energy, far beyond what the Council had anticipated. Their vessels, once thought invincible, were torn apart as humanity unleashed their full might. "All ships, engage!" Graves commanded, her voice cool but filled with a fierce pride. The Galactic Council's fleet fell one by one. The humans were relentless, their technology cutting through alien defenses with ease, their tactical genius outstripping even the most advanced strategies of their opponents. The once mighty forces of the Council could not compete with the sheer unpredictability and determination of humanity. When the dust finally settled, only the Horizon and a few scattered human vessels remained. The message was clear. The Galactic Council had forgotten the true power of Earth, and now they would never forget again. Humanity had won, not just a battle, but the right to define their future. The Galactic Council, now trembling in the aftermath, had learned a lesson they would never forget. Never underestimate the power of the human spirit.